Good morning, everyone. ELX here at ELX ATX Gaming, and today I have our MarketWatch video for February 11th. And this is going to be where I start transitioning from BT6 EX1 format into a BT7 format of cards to look out for. And if you enjoy this content, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really shows support for me and shows me that you guys appreciate this type of content. So first things first, as always, I like to look at sealed product for the Digimon card game. And you'll see here we have our normal price booster boxes, 83 for BT 1.0, 74 for Next Adventure. And then if you look here, it is a little misleading, $55 for a booster. It's $15 shipping though, so you add it together, it's $70. But if you're trying to buy 10 boxes, this is a pretty good deal because you get 55. For basically 56 times 10, so $56, and add $15 shipping to it. You actually get a pretty good deal for buying sealed product from this person here. And similar thing here with Double Diamond, but BT5 is one I'd really emphasize picking up for that price. And last thing I kind of want to point out for sealed product is the Classic Collection. It's getting lower and lower every day, guys. This is, like someone mentioned in my comments last week, like it's a great way to see how the collector's market for this game is. And it's not like Pokemon where the collector's market will hold the value of a set because there's a Charizard in it. This is one that it had a little bit of everything, and it had like chase cards, and it had basically one really chase competitive card and very few other competitive cards in there. And as you can see as a result, and they also printed this a lot, but like you're getting down to $38 boosters of this set. I didn't expect it to go this low, but it just keeps going lower and lower, guys. So if you're looking for some fun, cheap boosters to rip, this would be a set you want to pick up. You'll get your playset, everything in like 2 boosters, so it's pretty easy to pull everything you need, besides the secret machine Dramons. That's the one thing you won't pull in 2 boxes, but those are roughly 15 a piece anyways. So I said I want to be looking ahead at future formats. We're looking at BT7 now. That's our next format we have. We have like a week or 2 left of BT6 EX1 format. So the first thing I want to pay attention to is for yellow, you got yellow hybrids a lot. And for yellow hybrids, your main emphasis comes down to, first of all, the hybrids, which I have here. We've been talking about for a few weeks now. You got your TKs. We're seeing sales for Zoes for BT7. And I just want to point this out, guys. For a new rare to be $8, that's very high. The only reason it's justified for TK is because he's from the first set, 1.0. And in that large set, he was a rare. And if you guys don't know, 1.0 and 1.5 are these massive pools of cards. So if you're looking at a massive pool of cards, it's a lot harder to pull a playset of TKs or any rare from 1.0, 1.5. That's why Davis is a higher dollar rare also. And uncommons are also kind of difficult to get in the set too. So $8 for a rare, for a new one, it's not going to hold. That's why you can see the new TK card, even though it's a staple for them, the Scythe deck is only 17 cents. The box topper, on the other hand, it will hold a higher price. If I had to guess, it's going to be roughly a $10 box topper, so 15's not that horrible. But to pair with it is Shine Greymon himself. He has doubled, guys, almost since the last video. People are picking them up. He's starting to spike. Now, I told you guys, pick it up if you don't have it. This is probably your last call before he goes close to $10, so get him sooner than later, guys. Shine Greymon is going to be really good for yellow. Next, I want to point out red decks. If you play red, look at that. It's Jesmon. We don't have that limit yet on the Savior Huckmon, so Jesmon is still going to be a very good pick. And the other pick is Red Hybrid, which I think is going to be one of the stronger decks of format. So for Jesmon, it's $2 a copy, guys. 16 for the old alt art. Event Pack 2 is coming soon, which is the new alt art for it. But honestly, if you guys are looking at, it's a really good pickup. On top of that, you have Jesmon Star decks coming out, so her price, or its price, will be going up again for hype once we start seeing more of the line. And if there's a really good new Savior Huck, it will cause the price to go up for this Jesmon. And similarly, you got the Sister Mons. these tanked really hard when you saw the limit on Savior Huck. The alt arts were hovering at like 30, 35 each. Now they're in the $25 range. I believe we get a new Sistermon form for both of them, or just one of them. I honestly can't remember offhand. But we get, I think it's like Blanc Awakens, and that's the one that lets you recover. So she might be one worth picking up because she synergizes directly with Blanc Awakened. So that's my thoughts there. And then for Red Hybrid, your core of the deck is going to be Promo Gunimon paired with Ancient Greymon. Ancient Greymon's been a bit volatile. He's been up, he's been down. And like he peaked at like 40 some bucks last week. As you can see, like he's going to be going up to roughly 40-ish. And that's the most I expect him to go. Based on how good Ancient Garurumon was in the BT6 EX1 format, the most he spiked at, or he hit the price ceiling of, is like $38, $40-ish also. So if I'm comparing Ancient Garurumon to Ancient Greymon, Ancient Greymon will probably stop going up around the $40 mark tops, in my honest opinion. So that's our red stuff. Next is black. And if you look at black, you got a few different things here. You got your X antibody stuff, which is what you see here with Alphamon and Cinerizimons. Here is like a Commandramon, Machinedramon deck. You got Diaboromon. So if you play black and you're dedicated to it, go ahead and figure out what colors you're playing or what deck you're playing. If you're playing a Diaboromon deck, you probably have all the cards already. If you're playing the Commandramon deck, it's very slight improvements to it from what we had the last format. And Alphamon, the one I really want to put emphasis on, because this is the one that'll bite you in the butt if you don't pick up the cards sooner than later, is Cinerizimon promos. These have been going up. We're seeing a little bit of a decline, but this promo hasn't been announced for any type of reprint still. So his price is going to hold really well at $30. And Alphamon, the alt art spiked a little bit. It was roughly like low 30s last week, and now it's in the 40s almost. Regular ones are 15s. I think this is the time to scoop them all up, guys. Get them all if you need them for the deck, or if you're trying to invest, great time to pick up alphas. And next thing I want to point out is purple decks for next format. The big one you'll see is the Mastamon from the Mastamon starter deck with Fallen Mode, and we don't have access to the starter deck yet. I believe it's going to come at the end of our BT7 format, if not the beginning of BT8. But before then, we have Lilithloop. So if you guys remember, Lilithon was a card that no one really thought would do super hot, because they're like, oh, the ban's coming, people are going to ditch the deck. But this deck took 3rd and 4th in the US Nationals. It was a great pickup, and it still has some time to be really good. The Eismon package, MDF will be banned before BT7 starts, or as BT7 starts. But you'll get the Eismon package, which improves the deck significantly until that gets limited at the end of BT7. So this is a card that'll be worth holding on to for a bit more, but just be aware that the price will probably tank at the end of BT7 with the Eismon being limited to 1. But if you're playing Mastamon starter deck, you'll want to pick up some yellow goodies. You'll want to pick up your Magna Angemons. You'll want to pick up your Zwart Defeats. Zwart Defeats have been tanking since Nationals. People are offloading their copies. It's roughly $58 a copy for the regular arts. So definitely a great time to scoop them up. Similar with Magna Angemons, they're probably going to go a little lower since yellow doesn't use them in this format. Then for blue, I just want to briefly show you guys Blue Hybrid. We'll see for all the blue decks. There's like 80-ish blue decks, and if we want to make it for Blue Hybrid, you can add, if I can spell hybrid, you can add that in the search query, and it's roughly half the decks is a Blue Hybrid deck. You guys don't know what that looks like? I'm just going to pick a random one here. But every single Blue Hybrid deck uses roughly 4 Ice Wall and 3 Hammer Spark. Ice Walls being limited, they'll probably hurt Blue Hybrid a bit, but you still have the rest of the core of the deck. You got your Tommy stuff, and with the new Korikakumon, it's going to be stunning a lot of your opponent's Digimon. There's not really a whole lot you can get from old sets besides like the Baby Upa egg to prepare for this deck, and the Tamers, I guess, that are out already. But if you're playing blue, you typically have these already. So just be aware, blue hybrid will be good. It's probably going to underperform compared to Japan just because of Ice Ball, if I had to take a guess now. Now, I typically show you guys everything on TCG Player, but I want to show you on cardtrader.com, guys. So if you guys remember, in Nationals, there is a finalist stamped version of all the Tamer Evolution Box promos. So for example, if you guys remember, we had this Hammer Spark, this lovely pretty one. Well, we're starting to see some of the Champion promos show up for them because they had their Nationals a week earlier. And that's right, this Hammer Spark is not even $50. Probably ad shipping and all that. But don't be fooled by the price of these cards. They're going to be a little bit lower to start with just because there's going to be a lot of these in circulation. If we look at the Gaia Force, go to the Champions Final, this is $36 over there. If you don't mind waiting, you can probably order on Card Trader and be fine. What else was there? There's a Flower Cannon. It's like $13. Like, these are pretty reasonably priced, guys, and they're still here, which means they're a reasonable price. They're not flying off the shelf. If they're underpriced, they would be gone. But that's something I want to point out. If you guys want to look at picking up some of these Tamer Evolution Box promo arts, the only thing is you'll have this big stamp in the middle of the art, like $22 for this one. I think this is actually on par with the original one now. But just something I wanted to point out. Then next thing, Flower Cannons. They actually spiked. This is like the part where I talk about cards that spiked and cards to look out for being volatile. Flower Cannon was bought out, and then it raised the price a lot. Why? It doesn't really see play from what I'm aware, so my guess is it's for collector's purpose. If you guys know why this card might have spiked, please feel free to drop a comment down below. But I try to find reasonings and understand why. I just don't understand why this card spikes for both of these variants. Next card that spiked is the Weregaruru promos. If you guys don't know, Box on the Digimon worldwide servers has been hyping up a list using this card for a Garurumon list in BT9. So the idea is with the X-Antibody Garurumon, you can restand again for free. Excuse me. So being able to get a bunch of swings potentially sounds really cool on paper, but this is BT9 format. It's ways away. So with this card, it's going to be volatile right now, but people are going to kind of forget about it over time, similar to Beelzemon. If we look up his price, actually, his price has probably dipped a little bit because EX2 is the reason he really spiked at like a $50 price. But as you can see, he's like $25 and he's dipped a lot. So you won't see him at his original price, similar to Wereguru. You won't see that for 70 cents again. It's going to be probably close to that $2 floor price, but Beelzemon is kind of at that new floor price of like $20, $25-ish. So 25, I think, is where it's safe to scoop this guy up. Similar to Wereguru, I think he's going to be a safe scoop up around the $2 price tag. Last thing I want to bring to your attention, guys, Digimon Card Game Fest. If you guys haven't seen, this will have promo reprints, exclusive reprints. First one being in the Fest set. The main thing that you really want to pick up in this Fest set is probably going to be the Diaboromon token, the Darkdramon stamp, and maybe the Hexblau and Huckmon stamps, as they're both really cool playable cards. And honestly, all of these are very playable in their own decks. And then the Vault set is the money set. You have all these very playable promo cards being reprinted. Like if I go over here, Agumon, one of the most relevant promos being reprinted. If I go over here again, Porcinarizzi, he's still high dollar. Wizardmon, one of the more relevant promos. Look at that, he's getting a reprint. Not really high dollar, high demand, but he's bought up a lot. Same with Goemon, he's also being reprinted. So just something to look out for, guys. You're going to see the original versions of these prices, or original versions of these cards probably tank a bit. Palmon's one of them also, but yeah, like you'll see Pulsemon, Diaboromon, they're all going to be reprinted. There's going to be a lot of them in circulation. if you plan going. It'll be a great event to pick up these promos if you don't have them. Well, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's Market Watch. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day, y'all.